welcome to the Tribe Called Us Pod, where we dive into the unspoken thoughts of Black minds. Listen, today's conversation is a little bit controversial. To some people, it might be, but some people are going to feel some type of way. To be honest with you, whatever way you feel, just go in the comment section, write it, because I'll make a follow up if needed. But we are talking about who is actually Black. Yes, who is from planet Black. You heard? Who is Black? That's the conversation. Because there's ways of measuring Blackness. Some people use the one drop rule. I'm not really too fond of the one drop rule. For those people who do not know the one drop rule, let me explain that to you. I have a video that I saw on TikTok. They're going to explain the one drop rule. Let's go.
One-drop rule was a law enforced in the 20th century that said that any person that has a family member who is of Black ancestry is then considered Black. The term one-drop rule was coined off of the idea that if you had just one drop of Black blood, then you were Black. During that time, the idea was used to maintain some degree of supremacy. In the U.S., it's no longer enforced as a law. It's no longer applicable. However, sociologically, it is still upheld in a way that people.
Let's just go with the flow of the one drop rule. Let's just apply that, right? If that's the case, if their one drop rule is accurate, I'm going to play the second video. You tell me, is this person actually Black? Let's take a look.
I was today years old when I found out that Isaiah Hartenstein is Black. Yes, this dude on the Knicks is Black. It's like Blake Griffin on steroids, and even most of his teammates have no idea.
No. All right. Let's talk about it. So, this dude is Black, but his teammates didn't know. Yo, if his teammates didn't know, that means he's not Black. Simple. The man isn't Black. So you want to tell me this guy right here, Isaiah, whatever, last name is like a Jewish last name, right? You want me this man, when he get pulled over by the cops, he's sweating bullets? You want to tell me when this guy, what kind of racism this guy experienced? You know a question I would have for him if I ever met him? When he's filling job application, does he put Black on there? Or he put white to get the job? Come on, people. Come on. This guy's not Black. Far from it. He doesn't understand what being Black is like. He doesn't understand microaggression. He doesn't understand racism. He doesn't understand certain times you walk around, they call police on you. I wonder how many times police have been called on him. Me? Police have been called on me on my own neighborhood for walking down the street. And a lot of brothers understand that. If you have these shades right here, that shade, you know what it's like. Or darker, you know exactly how it's like. So let's continue. Let's just continue with the one drop rule. Let me share my screen and you tell me if this person Black or not. Because if that's the thing that we measure being Black, then let's take, this is Quincy Jones' daughter, Rashida Jones, beautiful lady. So let's take a look. Do you honestly believe this woman here, see Quincy Jones, the legend, do you honestly believe she experienced racism the way a Black person would, the way you and I would? Do you think she ever experienced that? Do you think she ever had the police call on her for walking down the street somewhere in Hollywood? Do you think so? I can guarantee you Quincy Jones had these experiences. So it's very simple. Let's do a last one. We're just going to play off the one drop rule. That's what we're doing. We're playing off the one drop rule for those who believe the one drop rule actually apply. Let me show another person. She is the queen of not Black. Let's take a look. Again, Markle. Ooh-wee. Yes. Meghan Markle. This is her right here. I see her all over Africa now, but prior to marrying the Prince of England, I don't think she ever identified as Black. She was never Black until then because, no one knew she was Black until she married the Prince. And once she married the Prince, the royal family of England, these people, they're the one who created racism. They are the CEOs of racism, right? They're the CEO. They made racism from its embryos. They gave birth to it. So you're not just gonna come and be like, hey, I'm white too. They're gonna tell you you're not. white. Make sure you know you're black. Because prior to that, no one knew. And then you see the black mom and everything. You're like, oh, she is mixed with black. But her whole life, she's been passed as a white woman. So my thing is this. If you don't experience the black experience, right? Like my buddy always say, if you don't understand or know black pain, how can you be black? You're not black. I'm sorry. You can have a family that is black and they give birth to you, but if you don't look black, you are not black. That's literally simple. So this is the part I agree with. Like Peter Tosh, one of the great Rastafarans, he has this song called African. Here's the lyrics. And I believe in that one. It says, don't care where you come from. As long as you're a black man, you're an African. No matter nationality, you've got the identity of an African. She does not have the identity of an African. For me, the way I look at it is this. In order for you to be considered black, you have to identify. You have to have the eye features. You have to have the skin tone of a black person, African person, in order for you to call yourself black. Because the reality is this, you can be black and then an actual black person. We're both in the room, we both experiences different experiences, right? Especially here in the US of A. Hey, there's nothing wrong with passing as white. If you are mixed, nothing wrong with that. It's just a different experience that majority, 99% of actual black people don't know how it's like. So do you think Meghan Markle, when she's applying for a job, prior to being Meghan Markle, of course, that we all know until she married the prince, do you think she put that, hey, I'm black? No, they don't. They never do. Because they want to be black when it's suited, when it suit them. But they don't want to be black when things get tough. Like that basketball player. This guy is the whitest so-called black man in the whole planet. Blake Griffin is actually more darker than this guy. So you can't even compare him to Blake Griffin because Blake Griffin kind of looked like, he kind of looked a little bit black. He looked a little bit black, but this guy right there is not black. So for all those people who want to allow him to say the N-word, they shouldn't. Just because his father is black, I'm told, but his father looked like he is more whitish, more of a, how can I put it? More on the, maybe his father is 50% black. No, I take that back. His father maybe 30% black with 7% more whatever German, whatever his dad was. Because yes, he can be black in Germany because his skin complexion is not as white as a German folks, but in America, he's technically a white man. That basketball player, any NBA player that allowed this guy to say the N-word, man, shame on y'all. Because at the end of the day, the guy's not black. For you to be black, as I said, you have to have the features of a black person. If you don't have that, you are not black. Take the black card away. They're not allowed to say it. Sit down in the shower when people not listening, Because at the end of the day, in order for you to be black, you have to be marinated in melanin. That's it. It's very simple. If you don't have the melanin, you're not black. I don't care if your father is as black as Akon, Wesley Snipes. I don't care how black it is. If he went out and get himself a white woman and then the kid come out like that basketball player or Meghan Markle or Rashida Jones, he's not black. You have to make a new category for them. Maybe they are bright. Yeah, bright. You're not black, you're not white, you're just bright. People who look like that have to have their own race, their own category. Because that one drop rule, that doesn't apply. Because, like I said before, all experiences differ. So, listen, I'm curious to know how you feel. Become part of the tribe. Tribe called us. Like, subscribe, get in a comment. Let me know what you think because I'm curious. Because I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. And those who want to be part of the tribe, there's more to come.